Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy. What's good, Gucci? I miss y'all so much. You folks don't know how much you mean to me. Like, we are in 179 subscribers now, and I'm like super like intrigued. I'm happy, I'm excited. Anyways, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe so I can make some money, start to make some money off my hard work. Today's video is going to be what I wish I knew before my postgraduate education in Canada. So this is some things that I wish that I kind of knew before I moved to Canada to school. So like any form of like post-secondary education, like university, postgraduate studies, diploma, whatnot, whatever brought you to Canada to school. I wish I knew this before I came here. Number one thing was that it was very much tech savvy ish. The Canadian system is very fond of using modules and portal systems in the education system, and that's how it works. It's efficient and it makes sense. Obviously, I went to school I did my undergraduate in Nigeria, and it was completely different. Even though I went to a private university, I still didn't use technology. Like, we literally had to go to cyber cafes to print out our final dissertations. Like, we'd pay like 1,000 to print out like 100 copies. So it was the ghetto. It was the absolute ghetto. So I did not go to a private university in Nigeria that uses technology. I went to a private university that uses manual. And Choma, Bia, help me to do my paper. Like that sort of ghetto-ness. That's what I was familiar with. So moving to Canada, I realized that they were using a lot of the portal, and I was like, hey, should I get me? Where do I start from? So basically, I had to learn as I went. I don't even know if that's it. So basically, I had to learn on the go. So, and it wasn't difficult, but I kind of wish I knew that was the way. I don't know why I subconsciously thought that when I came here, I would handwrite my papers and I would submit them to my professor. I don't know why I thought that. I think because of how I went to school in Nigeria, maybe that's why I thought I had to do that. But basically, they're like, no, there's a portal system and it works well, it's efficient, and it does the job good. In fact, after using the portal system, I'm asking myself, like, why are education system not even using it like in Nigeria? Why isn't that something that is like, in fact, it is a crime actually to not use computers in school. If now that I think about it, like, I'm so spoiled that there's just no other way. Like, when you go to the portal, you would see something like different universities you go to in Canada has different sort of portals. It's not going to be the same. But if you're familiar with the with portal database, you should be able to know, like, okay, alumni, okay, registration, okay, pay school fees, okay, assignments. Those things are sort of basic, but like they could vary, like change depending on the university that you go to. They could twig it a bit to make it more personalized, make it more proprietary, things like that. So I used it. I thought it was really nice because you could go back to your assignments and see what you submitted in the past. You could reference things like that. Like, I just thought it was just like this archive that had all your work there, and you don't need to start talking to somebody to print out your tuition receipts. Like, things were just, no. I wish I knew that, but I didn't know, so it took me unaware. But once I found out, I got used to how it worked, and I was Gucci. So the second thing that I wish I knew before moving here is the native English speaker. Let me tell you the truth, as long as you sound like them. So if you have a Canadian accent, you are a native English speaker. So let me just put it that way. But generally, it's usually like people that were born here. But if you can sound exactly like them, then they think you're one of them. Then you're going to be a native English speaker. when you go into this your classroom, definitely there's going to be a mix of races in your class. So the diversity will be there. There will be like Asian, there will be like blacks, there will be like Nigerians, there would be like Caucasians, right? So they have some form of privilege, whether they like it or not. Some of them might not consider it a privilege. They might consider it like a con because of the stress that comes with the privilege. So essentially what happens is that a lot of the work in the universities here, like in the college stuff, a lot of the work here are very collaborative. So basically, when you're in a classroom, you do a lot of teamwork and you also do a lot of individual work. So in those teamwork, for some reason, some professors, especially the school that I went to, some professors will ensure that they put a native English speaker in your group. And the idea is that, the native English speaker they've put them on a pedestal and put this crazy responsibility on their shoulders. I mean, those people are paying for fees, right? But like, you've put this crazy responsibility on their shoulders and you've merged them with international students in the assumption or in the presumption that international students don't know how to speak English or don't know how to comprehend. So you've put these people in their groups so that they can sort of guide them towards the assignment, and that's just an extra burden that a lot of these native English speakers did not sign up for. However, it's still, when you look at it on a different angle, it's still like, why are you putting them on a pedestal? Like, we all came here to school, like we're all speaking English, even if we have an accent, we're still speaking English, you can still understand what I'm saying. But so that's why I say, like, so in some of the universities here, they do put them on a pedestal and put this stupid, crazy responsibilities on their shoulder. So get used to it. If you go to school and there has to be some sort of collaborative team, they're going to say, "Oh, Henry, could you help Tracy with you would see that privilege go up and down." I'm not saying that influences the way that gradings are done. No, by no means. Because believe me, your girl got only A's, period, and I'm black. So that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that they're specifically when it comes to collaborative work, they do like to share the native speakers, because sometimes the native speakers are like 5 or 4 or like 10. So they just like to put them each in each of the collaborative teams. The third point that I have to say is that something I wasn't aware of was the shared accommodation in Canada when you come to school. I'm not sure, maybe if your dad is Dangote, maybe if your dad is like Davido's dad, maybe you can afford your own apartment and your condo when you come here to school. But folks like me, we could not. So it's either shared or nothing. My mom had to work her hands to the bone for me to go and be living in luxury condo or penthouse when I was still in school. So basically that was like, so wait, people can actually live in the same house in different rooms independently. That's not something that I knew in Lagos. Like when I used to live in Lagos, obviously I lived with my parents, but I didn't know that people lived like that. Maybe people do that now in the 21st century, where you see people like rent spaces with their best friends. Back in Lagos then, it was, if you didn't have money to have your own house, then oga, pack your bag, you're not ready to be an adult. But basically in Canada, it is a very, very, very common thing. Like, it has nothing to do with the demographic. You could see someone that is way older than you still sharing a condo built apartment with someone else, or you could see someone that is really younger than you, and everybody here does it. It's something that is very common here. So don't be shocked or don't feel unsafe, because obviously, like, rental services are very well vetted. Like, nobody's going to put someone to live with you that is weirdo. So that's something that I was unaware of. I didn't know. So when I moved here, I was like, why are they asking me to do shared room? Why aren't they saying like rent space, 1 bedroom, 1 bath? Why are they saying 5 bed, 2 baths, 2 bed, 3 baths? Why are they doing this? I don't understand what they're doing. But the only good thing about the luck that I had, not everybody had this. I stayed in a 2-bedroom apartment, and for some reason, from the start of my program until the end of my program, nobody rented the other room. So basically, I was paying rent for my 1-bedroom, but I was enjoying 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 kitchen, and 1 bath. That was the luck that I had. And whenever I tell people this, they're like, wow, you were lucky. So that's just something that I got away with, and I'm super, super excited and blessed that I never got to experience shared accommodation like my peers. Another thing I didn't know was that when you go to so another point is that when you go to some of these universities in Canada, what I didn't know was that they would try to put you in a bubble, and that bubble is called international students. Like, come on. If only I got a penny for every time I heard the word international student. You'd be like, come on. Can you just say students? Must you say international student? I'm tired. International Student Day, International Student Forum, International Student this, meet and greet. I'm like, come on, stop patronizing us. We are tired. So basically, and when you go for this international student thing, you're just gonna see people from Australia, people from New Zealand, like pretty much from all over the world, and you're like, oh, okay, where are the native English speakers? Those folks are literally not part of any social gathering, so do not expect them. So a lot of the parties, craziness, all those things that are being organized in school year, at least the schools that I went to, they were so international student focused that I honestly didn't like. I didn't hang out with a lot of like native English speakers as much as I would in my first school. But my second school, obviously, like I tried to. That was when I quickly like said, this has to be very deliberate. Like, you have to be intentional about it. Like, if you just go with the flow of the school, you would only go to gatherings that you'd see international students. Like, you would never see local students that would literally like tell you where to go, tell you the local spots, the things that are popping in town. Everybody literally that you'd be meeting in your international gathering are all novice like you. All of you will just be walking like a novice. So basically, I quickly learned in my first school that, okay, girl, if you go to your next school, you need to try and mingle, come out of your comfort zone, and mingle with these local students, so you can kind of know about the local markets as well and the local hub. So that's kind of like what I did, and I thought it was good. I thought it went well. So just try as much as possible not to just lock yourself in that bubble. The school will lock you in that bubble. Try to like stay there, but also like diversify, if you get what I mean. So I'm trying to hook you up, girls. See, I wish I knew this thing before I came out. I'd be more like prepared, but obviously I learned in my journey, and I want to share that insight with you as well, because I care about you and I love you so much. Okay, another thing I want to introduce you to is that tuition is different. I mean, it's supposed to be common sense, right? So when I first moved I was just thinking everyone is coming to school, like, because I did a master's, and I just thought like everyone that wanted to do the master's was paying the same tuition as I was. And to my kind surprise, I realized that our umbo were paying a fraction of that amount. They're paying like not even half of it, just a fraction. And those are the benefits of being like a local. Those are the benefits, of course, of being Canadian. Those are the benefits, right? So if you're coming from your own home country, don't use your own to compare their own. They have their benefit the same way you have your benefit in your home country. And by home country, I mean maybe if you are from London, maybe if you are from Italy, maybe if you are from Australia. I'm not talking about people that are from Nigeria, because we all know that we don't have any benefits. So just letting you know that do not be surprised, do not be dismayed, do not be mad. It is what it is. When you become a Canadian, you'd get the same exact benefit, and you would know the value of it. Okay, pay your taxes and wait on that time. Last but not the least one. See, I feel like I should have even put this one in the top part of my conversation, but I'm glad that I've saved it for the last, so I can really go into this and talk to you guys about it. I feel like you need to know this one. See, if you have not heard of the word plagiarism, I beg you, I'm begging you, Google it right now. Do not commit that crime when you come to school in Canada. I am begging you, no, do not do it. You might be thinking, oh my god, like you're being so fuzzy, you're just being like, it's so casual, it's not a big deal. Auntie, you can literally get expelled from school. You can get like, you might have to take an entire program again for plagiarizing a paper. So essentially, if you do not know what it is, I'm going to put it up on the screen so that you can actually know what it means. When you're given a work to do, you're definitely going to have to do research, a lot of research when it comes to the work here in Canada in the education system. People do researches, so you're going to do a lot of research. However, okay, you want to make sure that you really learn the style of like the literature review style. So if it's APA, if it's CPA, whatever style, you want to make sure it's accurate. And let me give you an example. Say you say Chimamanda Adichie spoke about women gender equality in Nigeria 2001. In parentheses, you put Chimamanda 2001. Cover, like, close your parentheses, close your brackets, if that makes sense. That could be a paraphrase. That could be if it's word for word, if you're quoting somebody word for word, of course you want to use quotation marks at the beginning of your sentence and at the end of your sentence. If you know that you want to paraphrase, you don't have to use quotation marks. All you got to do is just make sure that you're putting the person's name in the order that it's supposed to be, and the year the person said it at the end of your sentence. See, there's so many YouTube videos that maybe will teach you about how not to plagiarize. But when you quote somebody word for word, this is not Nigeria where you go there and you go to internet and copy and paste everything and put it, wow, your lecturer will not even know safe. In fact, if I tell you guys the things I did in university in Nigeria, people will say Tracy is crazy. I will even put an entirely different sentence from the internet, and I'll put the lecturer that taught me that thing. I'll put his name there. I'm telling you, Professor Adebayo will think he was the one that said it, and he will still grade me in Nigeria. In Canada here, they have a system that monitors your assignment. So as you're submitting the assignment, see, even if it's something that you have done before, say you've done a previous work in the past, and you want to refer to that work, even if it's not it's your own work, and you don't say that it's your work, you can get busted for it. You have to say, referring to my paper in 2002, where I spoke about feminism, blah 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 blah. See, just go and Google how to make sure that you do not fall into that trap. There are people that are falling into that trap and they've gotten degraded for it, and they've gotten expelled, or they had to like retake the entire program, which was like a lot of money. You know that international student already pays so much, so please try and prevent yourself from falling into this trap. Plagiarism is something that I was not aware of at all, because in Nigeria we are plagiarizing left center back front. We are plagiarizing every day. Okay, we are even plagiarizing our parents. If someone tells me in Nigeria, if I go to a restaurant and someone tells me, Linda Ikeji is pregnant, so do you know? Wow, really? I will go and plagiarize that person. I will go and meet my friend. Boki, come. Do you know that Linda Ikeji is pregnant? I won't even refer to the person. I won't even tell you that, Sheun told me that Linda Ikeji is pregnant. I won't even give that person the credit. I will take the credit. We're used to that in Nigeria. We're used to making the information as if it's our information, as if we invented the website. So please, that your Nigerian behavior, don't bring it to Canada. Leave it there. If somebody said something here, make sure you give that person credit. That is essentially what plagiarizing is that give credit where credit is due, and also do it in the proper style. So it's one thing to know how to give credit, and one thing to know how to word the credits. So please do your research, read a lot about it before you write your first assignment in Canada. Do that and you are Gucci lovers. With that being said, I feel like I've come to the end of this video, and I hope that it was as insightful. I hope I've been able to guide you so that when you're moving to Canada for your post-secondary education, you are well prepared. You're not going to say, oh, I didn't know this. Please always come back to this video and check out some of the information that I've shared, and I hope that you're able to use that now and in the future. Please like this video, of course. Share this video to your friends. A lot of people are coming to Canada this year, these days. Share it to them if they're here for school specifically. I'm always happy to help you. Leave a comment down below and I will be here for you. Love you so much. Bye. See you next time.